Now, Biden gave an interview to the BBC. Not one question about Afghanistan. Not one question about whether the withdrawal of Afghanistan encouraged Putin to invade Ukraine and encourage Hamas to engage in the November 7 slaughter attack against Israel. Not one question about whether or not Joe Biden truly believes that the number one threat to the homeland is white supremacy. Not one question about the 9% inflation, highest in 40 years, that we experienced during his years. Not one question about borders, open borders, semi-open borders, closed borders, immigration, illegal immigration, nothing, nothing, nothing. Not one question about Biden's war on oil and gas. Not one question about the new generation of so-called progressives like AOC and like Jasmine Crockett. And not one question about the 2/3 of Americans who felt we were on the wrong track when Biden left office. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Number 15.
I can hear your passion. I can hear your anxiety that the world is changing the way it has. And for a long time you believed, you said, I'm the man who can stop Donald Trump. And you did once. And in the end, you withdrew from that election campaign at the last minute. It's a question you know lots of people ask you, Mr. President. Did you leave it too late? Should you have withdrawn earlier, given someone else a bigger chance?
I don't think it would have mattered. We left at a time when we had a good candidate. She was fully funded. And what happened was, I had become, what we had set out to do, no one thought we could do. And I become so successful in our agenda, it was hard to say, no, I'm going to stop now. I meant what I said when I started, that I think I'm prepared to hand this to the next generation. It's a transition government. But things move so quickly that it made it difficult to walk away.
Can I interrupt here for a second? I thought he was going to ask him, not should you have left sooner, but why did you leave at all? He didn't ask that. And Biden proceeds to talk about what a wonderful agenda. We were so successful. Nobody thought we'd be successful. 2/3 of the American people believed we were on the wrong track. Inflation hit 9%, the highest in 40 years. You left the border open. 15 million illegal aliens came into the country, unvetted, unvaccinated, hundreds on the terror watch list. Several had been convicted of homicide in their own countries, and it doesn't even come up in this interview. This interview was a half hour. We're just playing a few minutes of it for you. Proceed.
And it was a hard decision, but
regrets though?
No, I think it was the right decision. I think that it was just a difficult decision.
But you shouldn't have taken it earlier.
Well, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know how that would have made much difference.
I want to thank you for giving us this interview on VE Day and give you a chance just to reflect finally a little bit about the people you've met over the years, because you were telling me when I first met you about the veterans that you've met last year in Normandy when you went for the 80th anniversary of D-Day.
An incredible generation of meticulously kept in the American cemetery, and thousands of dead Americans. And I looked and I knelt down and I thought I saw, and there was two crosses next to one another, the father and the son. I thought, my God. I was not kneeling, but squatted down. And all of a sudden I heard behind me, change up. I turned around and there was a gentleman with a VFW hat on, a veteran's hat on. And he saluted me. He said, Mr. President. I saluted him. I said, thank you. Thank you for what you did. And he put his hand on his wife's shoulder and said, no, thank her, she did it. And I looked at him and he said, He said, she was part of the effort. She built the ships that got us here.
Okay.
She,
as I said, no question about Afghanistan. No question about inflation. No question about his war on oil and gas. No question about open borders. No question about whether he believes the number one threat to the homeland is white supremacy. No question about the 2/3 of Americans who at the end of his administration believe we were on the wrong track. Nothing.